Yo, what is poppin', my guys? It is your boy Ashley, and I am coming at you today with our Week 3 game of the UBLN. Now, this week we are playing Fireburner, coach of the Washington Weaviles, and I like Fireburner a lot, man. He's a really cool guy. He was from Season 1, younger guy. He's pretty solid, though. He's definitely had his struggles, as have I. We both were in the lower half of the league last year. We both are starting off this season 0-2, but this will be the second time we've played, and I beat him last time, so I'm 1-0 against him. So let's go ahead and hop into the battle. Or I guess we'll talk about the team first before we do anything. Sorry guys, got a little bit antsy. I brought Magneton, as you can see. I brought Darmanitan, Mandibuzz, Gastrodon, Gengar, and Mega Lopunny, while he brought his Alolan Persian, Victini, Sylveon, Mega Scizor, Shaman, and Milotic. So just right off the bat, I like the team matchup. I think we have a pretty solid matchup. I think that every single one of my Pokemon can handle at least 2 Pokemon on his team, which is pretty cool. I like to do that. I guess I don't always try to do that, but it's always ideal when every Pokemon on your team has more than one purpose, you know, because sometimes you can get pigeonholed into that one thing. But let's go ahead and go over the sets real quick, just to give you a general idea. We have our Gengar that should outspeed pretty much everything. I think I made it outspeed Victini if it was choiced, or not choiced, but if it was just like max speed Jolly Victini, I would outspeed that. And then I gave it choice specs because I have Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, Energy Ball, and Trick. I was thinking if I could trick those choice specs on something like the Scizor. No, I can't. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it on the Scizor because it's Mega Scizor. I brought it for things like the Milotic. For Shaman would be really nice, because even if it is spamming Seed Flares at my team, which is definitely scary, it won't be able to do any sub-seed shenanigans or anything like that, which I do not really have an answer for, because we'll go ahead and talk about next to our Mandibuzz. I decided to bring Tailwind over something like, what's it called? I'm sorry, Whirlwind. I also brought Foul Play, Roost, and Defog with Rocky Helmet, pretty much max HP, max defense, and I brought that mainly because he has a lot of defensive, attack-oriented sweepers. Like his Mega Scizor is not doing much to Mandibuzz. Victini, if it runs something like Zen Headbutt and V-Create, and basically, I mean, he's probably running the electric move. But then we always have the switch into our Gastrodon, which is also fully physically defensive. Leftovers with Storm Drain, Toxic, Recover, Scald, and Earth Power. Fairly straightforward Gastrodon set. Typically what you would expect from something like that. Toxic to wear down mons like Shaman and Milotic. Recover to get health back, obviously. Scald for the Scizor, because I figured that I would like to burn it, because I know firsthand that a burn Scizor is not very much effective, or I guess not. Damn, sorry guys, it's late. It's not very effective against a Gastrodon. So I like just the standard Gastrodon set this week. Let's see, what else have we not talked about? We can go ahead and talk about Benzie, the Mega Lopunny. It says Ice Punch, Work Up, High Jump Kick, and Frustration. So right away, doesn't really have a whole lot for Milotic other than just trying to beat it down. But that workup is where it really comes in handy, because that workup is going to, like, basically at +1, I can at the very least 2-hit KO anything on his team. And that was kind of the goal, to get Lopunny in and work up and try to get the work done. We also have our Eviolite Magneton, also Woke is his name, because Gastrodon's name is So Woke, I'm fairly certain. No, Woke AF, sorry. This is Analytic Magneton, because it does underspeed a lot of the things on his team. Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Flash Cannon, and Hidden Power Ground for the Victini. If I thought that he was trying to switch the Victini in, like if it was in a late game scenario, something like that. And I didn't really know what else I wanted to put on it, so I would like Java to quit trying to prompt me while I'm recording the video. Sorry guys. Then we have our Choice Scarf Darmanitan, one of my favorite Darmanitan set, Choice Scarf, but you see this thing every fucking time. I need to do some different sets with it, but it's just such a good set, man. Rock Slide, Flare Blitz, Earthquake, and Super Power hits everything on his team pretty much. I really wish that he had brought, like, I think the reason I brought Rock Slide was because he has a flying type mon that is not coming to mind right now, that he did not bring, so a bit of a wasted move slot, but it's not like I really could think of anything else better to put there that doesn't hit anything on his team already. Maybe, I guess, Wild Charge for my Lade, that'd have been nice. Whatever, man, hindsight's 2020. That's the team. I know that was such a thrilling endorsement of the team building this week, but hey, sometimes team building is sexier than other times, you know. So it can't always be heat sets everywhere you go. So we're just gonna go ahead and hop into the team. It's so late, guys. We're hopping into the game, and as you see here, he's going to lead his Alolan Persian. So that right away is something I could have expected. I actually went into my Magneton because, as you can see, he doesn't have a ground type, so I can get some nice switch initiative as long as he doesn't lead with Victini. So here he's going to fake me out, and as you can see, that is going to do 4 damage. Actually 4 damage. So here he's going to go into the Parting Shot, lowering my attack and special attack, which is definitely unfortunate because that means that the Volt Switch here is not going to be nearly as strong. It's not going to pack the same kind of punch, but it'll definitely get some nice little chip on whatever comes in. As you can see, that is Victini, so we're going to do a ton of damage. Had he not Parting Shotted and just hard switched there, that actually would have been insane. We're going to go right here into V-Create, and he is going to withdraw and go right into my Lodic. So here I actually wish I did literally anything else, but instead I went for Earthquake, just showing him that I have it, kind of prompting him to switch every time. And as you can see here, he is the defensive Burn Orb set, which is kind of bad news because I have some pretty beefy physical attackers. However, as you can see, I'm going to go right back out here into my Magneton because now it is not Parting Shotted, and a Volt Switch is going to absolutely decimate this thing. Also covers the Toxic option because Gastrodon could easily be a switch in his there, and Gastrodon walls a lot of his physical attackers, so I know he is trying to get a Toxic down on that thing. So here he's going to go right out into Shaman. I just Thunderbolt this time. I really wish I had Volt Switch, but you know, again, hindsight 2020. So here I'm actually going to Volt Switch, I think. No, I'm sorry, I just hard switch. I want him to think that I'm choiced in some aspect, I think. But who knows? Maybe not. Here he's gonna Leech Seed as I go into Mandibuzz, and it's not great. I don't like being seeded. I don't like losing health on my defensive mons for no reason. But what can you do, man? It's Shaman, that's what it does. It's also at this point I realized that my team doesn't really do well against Sub-Shaman, and I really wish I had Whirlwind, because Whirlwind would have been 10 times better on this Mandibuzz than Tailwind. Tailwind really did not do much for me, and I think Whirlwind would have been a much better bring. So if you're ever playing somebody with a Shaman that uses Subseed or something like a Celesteela and you have a Pokemon with Whirlwind, definitely bring that. So here he expects me to switch as I just go for the Tailwind here. I see the Foul Play isn't really doing a whole lot, and I think I just want to switch in something that can take on the Shaman a little bit better, because this Mandibuzz absolutely cannot take on the Shaman. It's good. So it's not an easy battle, you know, but it's definitely one we'll lose. So I'm going to go on right here into Magneton, as I think he might Seed Flare. Yeah, he does, and that actually does a hefty chunk of damage, even though it is resisted, because Shaman is just a very strong boy. So you'll see that we're still in the green, but it definitely hurt, and we'll see that's because it is Life Orb. This is Life Orb Subseed Shaman, and here we're just going to Volt Switch because he's probably going to go for Leech Seed or something like that, and whatever, we just need to bring something in to scare out this Shaman. That's all we need. I don't care if he Leech Seeds me, I can double switch or do something like that. But here I'm going to go right into the Lopunny, and he is going to Leech Seed just as we predicted. So yes, we are seeded, which is unfortunate. He is going to gain a little bit of that health back, but we do outspeed Shaman, I'm fairly certain, especially since we have a Tailwind up. So he's just going to keep racking up a little bit of health here as we are going to Mega Evolve, and I think go for the workup here, because I thought he would switch because we are faster than him and we can Ice Punch or Return or do any kind of those kind of moves that will do some very solid damage. I'll 2-hit KO without the workup, but I thought he would switch, so I went for the workup, and he actually throws up another substitute, which is dumb. I really did not like that. I mean, it was a good play on his part. I mean, I think, I don't know if he could have known that I was going to be using workup or power up punch or something like that, but whatever his motive was, it worked, and he got the sub up. So we're going to break the sub with Ice Punch, revealing that we do in fact have Ice Punch, and he's just going to go for the Seed Flare and knock out our Mega Lopunny. So Mega Lopunny not doing a whole lot this week, but breaking the sub on the Shaman, letting us bring in another Pokemon. So he's going to take some of that Life Orb damage. It's a little unfortunate that we went for the workup. If we had gone for like the Ice Punch there or the return, it would have put him out of substitute range and wasted his turn. But instead, we get this situation. We're going to go right here into our Darmanitan, and we are just going to Flare Blitz. I think U-Turn would have been nice on this set this week, because as you can see, this Flare Blitz is not going to do anything at all to this burned competitive Milotic. And another thing I'll say is that I realized when I was rewatching this battle, I did not factor in the fact that it was defense boosted in my calcs. So that definitely explains some of the moves that I've been making centered around this Milotic, because its defense is 50% higher than what I've been calculating it as in my individual academic pursuits. Sorry, I got a little bit thirsty. He withdraws his Milotic, goes right here to his Shaman. So this thing is such a huge fucking thorn in my side. This Shaman set is handling my team very, very well, even though I have Darmanitan. So here, I'm just going to Volt Switch. I got to get out of here. I don't want anything to do with the Shaman, and I'm going to go straight into Gengar, because Gengar will scare this Shaman out. There's no way he stays in with this Shaman. So here, fearing the Scizor, I'm going to Shadow Ball instead of Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave actually has a chance to kill this Persian from full, but unfortunately I anticipated that he would go for something else. So that's just the way she goes. I'm going to switch right out into my Magneton, anticipating something like a foul play, which he does go for, and it's going to do not very much at all. It is going to bring me down below 50, which is a little unfortunate, and he is going to go here for the Z Parting Shot, a very nice tech, one that I actually would love to have in the Draft League format if I was better at health passing. So here, he's going to Z Parting Shot, and I am like, man, I don't know what he's going to go into. You know, I genuinely was stumped because I'm a fucking idiot. And he goes right back out into his Shaman. I was like, oh, of course he's going to go into this thing that it has taken me literally all game of just getting dingy chip shots on to get down to below 50%. Yeah, let's just go ahead and pop that bad boy right back up to full. But luckily I went for the Flash Cannon, expecting something like this very scenario. So that's going to do a nice chunk of damage. He is going to Leech Seed here, expecting me to switch, because I've switched every time so far. But no, I'm not going to switch. I'm going to do another Flash Cannon, and that is going to put it down below substitute range, or so I thought. His Leech Seed is going to bring him back up above substitute range. So here, I don't want this thing to have a sub up. If this thing has a sub up, it can take out Magneton and one other Pokemon, you know, like, because it's not faster. So I'm just going to keep spamming Flash Cannon until this thing dies or it kills me. That's pretty much the only option I have. I don't want to sack off Magneton. It does a lot of good work in this game, giving me initiative, handling the Milotic. Also, it does all sorts of things for me in this game, and I have to sack it off because I really cannot afford to lose this game 6-0 to this Sub-Seed Shaman. I do force him to knock me out here because he realizes that I'm just going to keep Flash Cannoning, and he doesn't have enough HP to make a sub, so that's just his best play. But it does allow me to just go right into Gengar here. Good old-fashioned Gengar. So, unfortunately, I actually did not EV my Gengar to outspeed the Shaman, and it's going to get the Leech Seed off on my Gengar, which is a little unfortunate, but we are just going to Sludge Wave, knock this boy out. I mean, it's choice specs. It's obviously, even a negative nature special attack Gengar would have knocked out the Shaman from that point, so I'm not too worried about it. But what I am worried about is he's going to go right out here into Persian. So after doing a little bit of calculations, I realized that I'm going to live a foul play pretty comfortably enough to stay in. So as you'll see, we live on 55 health, Sludge Wave, and knock out this Persian. So that is not too bad at all. That is that is another Pokemon that has been giving me a lot of trouble down. So now he's going to go straight out into his Scizor, and I'm choice specs. I obviously can't hit this thing right now, so I have to switch. Luckily, he does not have Pursuit. If Pursuiting there would have been insane. That would have been such a great play. But I go right here into my Gastrodon because it walls this Scizor very, very easily. And seeing the health that my Gengar is at, I guarantee you he's going for a Bullet Punch here. He could have, and see, this makes me think that he does not have Swords Dance, because Gengar easily dies to a Bullet Punch and can get pulled, right? So if he doesn't have Pursuit, I could definitely see Swords Dance. So this is a zero drawback play. You know, Swords Dance is just a nice play, but he doesn't do that. So instead, he's going to go here. And so instead of going for ground, I didn't want to go for Toxic because obviously I can't hit Scizor and my Milotic's already burned. I didn't want to go for Earth Power because it doesn't really do that much more than Scald. So I just went for Scald just in case the Scizor stays in so that I could burn it. It just had more upside. And here I am going to switch out fearing the Toxic. He showed the Toxic before. I know he has it. So I'm going to make a very risky play and go here into Gengar. If he like Ice Beams or something, I'm dead. But instead he does Toxic, takes a little bit of burn damage, and Gengar is scot-free in the game. So here I'm going to reveal that I have Energy Ball, and this is choice spec, so it is absolutely going to kill this Milotic. Milotic goes down. Such a good looking Pokemon, man. I love Milotic. It's really cool. It's got an awesome design. I love the TCG card I used in the layout. So here he's going to go into Scizor. I know he doesn't have Pursuit at this point. I can switch, and I'm going to go right here into Mandibuzz. And so he goes for a Bullet Punch again. So at this point, I'm like, okay, there's no way he has Swords Dance, because it was literally the exact same scenario as before. I showed him that I would retreat, and I did it again, and he did not Swords Dance. So I'm like, okay, there's no way he has Swords Dance. He's just Bullet Punch, Roost, Defog maybe, even though I don't have any. I literally don't have Hazard, so he's definitely not Defog. I'm just going to take his switch opportunity to Roost, because I definitely need my health up on this Mandibuzz, and obviously since it is not going to take a Hyper Voice, I'm just going to go into Gastrodon here. Well, as you can see, Gastrodon does not want to take a Hyper Voice either. That does a shit ton of damage, and my measly leftovers recovery is leaving me very clearly in 2-hit KO range. So I'm just going to let this Sylveon kill off my Gastrodon to get a nice free switch into my Darmanitan, because, you know, it's Darmanitan. This thing is an absolute beast. We're just going to hit Flare Blitz. The Milotic is gone. He does not have anything that wants to take a Flare Blitz, and we are just going to yeah, eat that boy right up. Yes, we take the Sylveon. So now we are up, I think, 3-2. As he goes right here for Victini. Now, yeah, it's 3-2. I am going to switch out here and go right here into my Mandibuzz because I have Rocky Helmet. I need some chip damage on this thing, and he is going to go for V-Create, right? So, for those of you that don't know, V-Create is a crazy strong move that lowers your speed, defense, and special defense. So now he's at -1/-1 in special defense and defense. He's going to V-Create again to kill my Mandibuzz and get some more Rocky Helmet damage. So now he's at -2 defense and -2 special defense. Now me, like a fucking idiot, totally forgot to add that into my calculations. So I look, and it is a roll not in my favor to kill Victini with Flare Blitz. So that is a definite misplay on my part, because had I had the actual calcs, I would have gone for Flare Blitz here, right? And that doesn't look too important now because I still get the Victini kill, yeah. But you'll remember that I'm Choice Scarf. I have Gengar in the bag. Gengar has 55 health. Not very much. We know that we do not live a Bullet Punch from Scizor on Gengar. So my idea here is that, okay, I just will switch into Gengar, right? Pull out Darmanitan, switch into Gengar. He'll go for Bullet Punch. Knock out Gengar. I come in with Darmanitan. He can't knock me out with Bullet Punch, and I'll Flare Blitz. But guess what, guys? He hid Sword Dance from me the whole game. Both of those times were just setting me up for the ultimate facade. He has fucking Sword Dance. He's gonna knock out Gengar. Easily knock out Gengar. I'm gonna go right here into Darmanitan. And guys, I don't live. He's gonna Bullet Punch. And it's going to knock out Darmanitan, and he wins the game 1-0. Had I done the correct calcs on Victini and Flare Blitzed, a regular neutral attack Scizor does not knock out Darmanitan, even at Adamant, at its health. Oh man, but I went for Earthquake. What a that is why the video is called the Heimlich Maneuver, because that is a choke and a half. That is not to say that it was a bad game. That was a really good game. I mean, it really did come down to the wire. Shout out to Fireburner. I think that was his second win in the UBLN, which is really cool. Always like seeing the newer people that I don't have as much draft experience win some games. I think he was been in some tournaments, but I think he's really only been in the UBLN as far as singles draft leagues go. So it's cool to see that he's learning. He brought really good prep this week. The hiding the Swords Dance on Scizor was really clever. His Alolan Persian did a lot of work. That Milotic did a great job of walling most of my team. That Shaman set was absolutely insane. He brought it in at the perfect time and pretty much did not misplay with the Shaman. The fact that I even got myself back into that game after all the Shaman shenanigans was insane. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I would link you his channel, but he does not have one. He's a really cool player. Be on the lookout. I mean, he's really young, but really solid for how young he is, and very mature. I don't know, man. I'm gonna quit talking these dudes up. I just like to plug the people that I associate with. You know, they're nice. All these people in the UBLN are so awesome, and I feel like you guys like me. You guys like the stuff that I do. You'll definitely like the kind of stuff that they do, because we all get along pretty well. So you should definitely check out anybody that you see, or if you see somebody and they're like, oh yeah, I'm in the UBLN, like, that's a friend. Say what's up. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you would like. You know all the bullshit, how it goes. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Peace.